And here we go. Hello, we're back again, and this is EarthScorpion beginning hopefully my first long-form playthrough of Chronicles of Riddick Escape from Butcher Bay, a game from 2004, which, although looking like Doom 3, is actually a rather better game in basically every way that matters, unless your main criterion for good gameplay is jump scares. It's designed as a prequel slash basically it's a prequel to the original Pitch Black Riddick film, and it's notable for probably being the best thing to ever come out of Riddick franchise, apart from possibly Pitch Black, depending on your relative genre preferences. So we're going to begin here with the playthrough, beginning the main game from a start. This is just getting rid of the tutorial test that I did to ensure the audio was working fine. And we're going to play on normal, because I haven't played this in... I think I was playing it through 2005, so a decade.
We're moving again. They just transmitted a safe route through the minefield.
That minefield's offering better odds.
There's an actual plot to this, so I largely won't talk through the cutscenes, by the way.
Is that short?
He gets one look at you, Riddick, and all is forgiven. And I bank your bounty plus 50.
Plus 50? Now come on, Johns. Greed is an ugly thing.
You're in no position to negotiate, Riddick.
Oh yeah, I forgot you don't like this part. Statistically, landings are the most dangerous.
You got nothing left to live for, Riddick. I do. Now shut up, would you?
You're already counting it, aren't you?
I said shut up.
Your funeral.
Hey, hold it. You go where I say, when I say.
So, a few things to note first off. Firstly, this is a very 2004 game. If you don't like blocky industrial landscapes, this is not the game for you, considering that basically all the game happens inside one kind of grimy industrial environment or another. Yes, there's dialogue. Apart from that, what else? So this is of course John's. Appears in the first film. We're playing Riddick, but note the eyes. Riddick at this point is before the infamous eye shine. It's sort of his gadget, so he's just this normal psychotic, or at least, you know, casually murderous prisoner. You've got particle effects, or they are... I mean, they're there. You've got your own shadow and your own feet. And now we remember why modern games largely don't let you see your own feet, because it looks kind of silly. But let's get on with things, shall we?
Hey, don't fucking move.
The dialogue is excellent, as you can see.
Get fucked.
Just
You don't
excellent.
move until I say so. Hey, hold it.
So, you know how Johns appears in the first film? I wonder what happens if I do, say, this.
I rule.
Poor Russian guy.
DNA protection. New meat learns.
So I may have murdered a character who was in the first film. How about you? You coming down? Or are you just going to wait up there until you get shot? Nope, you're just going to wait up there until you get shot. Good job, man. Good job. I'll head down my blocky Doom 3 era corridors on my own then. So yeah, you go into third-person camera view for dramatic actions. Otherwise, it's a very minimalistic HUD game. Like, once at least you get past the point of having flashing things everywhere. Well, we pick up a pack of smokes. I found that in the tutorial. They are the collectibles, of course.
Inmate on the
So
run.
here's one part of the game. The fact it's a first-person brawler. With actually surprisingly sophisticated damage models for the antagonists. And directional combat. And very visceral counters. Very visceral. Which means you can do... So... things like that. Blocking, countering, bloody knuckles. All basically very good for 2004. And again, notice, as I've said before, the minimalistic HUD is very minimalistic. At this point, we don't even have a health bar. It fades away when it's not needed. We could pick up the assault rifle, but we've already learned that gets you electrocuted. Otherwise, the health system is one of those hybrid health/regen health things where the health bar is divided into a bunch of small sections and refills up to a certain level, but not beyond that.
Access granted.
So, and now we're in stealth mode. Stealth is marked with a blue vision mode, which shows that no one can see you. Stealth is again one of the major parts of the game, as well as unarmed combat.
See what this piece
And yes,
meets up.
it is balanced for lean.
I gotta drop him.
Well, when I say balanced, I really mean, you know, Riddick is here. So we go for the silent kill this time, which is slower, but
I should hide
doesn't
the
make
body.
noise. And
Someone might notice.
yes, hiding bodies is, again, pretty key. Because, in a lot of ways,
Darkness.
at least during part
I
of the
can
time,
hide the bodies here.
this is a stealth game. So we pick up our magical floating vent tool. And proceed onwards.
Air. Maybe a vent overhead.
Hanging. Got 3D. Things like this. Down there we have a poor schmuck. Could kill him, but we're not going to. Not because of any moral obligation, but mostly because it's kind of funny if he finds his friends later on when he's patrolling. And now we're into the vents. The beloved vents of a first-person shooter protagonist. And yes, much like Batman, we can kick out our grates.
A med station. Takes away the hurt, leaves the pain.
So one of the things we find here is the classic, not at all classic, the unusual health system, where because of the box-shaped system, there are static healing places. Without a static healing place, you can't heal, but you need unreusable items to refill them. Which I don't need because I haven't got hurt. But if I got hurt, I'd have a bunch of needles sticking to my face. That's how medicine works. Now, this of course is demonstrating the
Just take the gun.
Shit! Guns!
the counter system. I magically, of course, appear to have used up the last shot there. Because all guns that are counterable with always have at least one shot for countering with. We scaffold our way along here. up into the top level, and through we go. Except for melee is not as good as your unarmed combat melees, but it's mostly there for breaking things. And again, we're continuing with the minimal HUD. Quite apart from the lack of a health bar or any ammo, we've got, instead, all the weapons just have their current ammo count displayed on this, and they stay away. We do, however, go return to a more classic HUD for this. And yes, fast bindable weapons is in fact an option. You'll see why later, but they'd have the option.
Guards with shotguns. I have to kill him to take it.
Thanks for the smooth delivery, asshole. You got what you deserved.
Yep, definitely impressively visceral. Found 47 rounds for the shotgun.
Smell. Sewers. Could be a way out.
And now we go running around to escape. Honestly, you know, for a game called Escape from Butcher Bay, this really wasn't much of a challenging escape, was it?
Locked. Not a problem. I'll blast it off.
Riddick, you liar. You didn't blast it off at all. Stop lying to the poor
dark.
audience.
My favorite.
Oops.
Well, nothing here. Keep looking.
Explosive barrels. Crime against humanity. Possibly. Certainly a crime against this guy. But we're just going to keep going along with our reticle on him so we can see if we can get a nice...
He's dead.
Peek out your nose at your...
No, we cannot get a nice silent takedown. And we are now injured. We're down to 2 health boxes. We could try to pick up the assault rifle, but that would just electrocute us. So instead we're going to set off the barrels in advance. 2004. So proud of its lighting effects. Less proud of its gun physics.
Rise and shine, Riddick. Rise and shine.
Oh no! It was all a dream! What a twist! Admittedly a fairly good tutorial for explaining things, like the fact the game is very determined to not let you get away.
Rise and shine, jackass. Come on, don't act like you're asleep. It's time for you to earn me some money.
You might want to be careful with that, Johns. You could hurt somebody. Butcher Bay. You know, you always take me to the nicest places, Johns.
I heard the food's good as well. Can't say I'm gonna miss you, Riddick.
Then don't. Johns. Looks like that memory's still intact. He don't look all that happy to see you.
My Hoxie's a businessman. Now play nice and we can get this over with quickly.
It's already over, Johns.
Secure your weapon, Johns.
Good to see you too, Warden.
So the famous Mr. Riddick.
The Hawks.
Finally come to stay, eh? Well, as of this moment, Butcher Bay owns your ass. I own your ass.
He's all yours once I sign him over, Hoxie.
You're not gonna be a problem, are you, Riddick? Because my boys and I like solving problems.
John said you were ugly up close. For the first time, I gotta agree with him.
Nice try.
I do what I can.
Already trying to get under my skin, eh, Riddick?
Be easier if I had something sharp.
Bounty plus 50 on Riddick. Right, Hoxie?
I think Riddick about covers what you owe me, Johns.
There's plenty other slams I can take Riddick to if you can't afford them.
All right, all right. Perhaps we can come to a number, but don't push it, Johns. Extra, no. Riddick stays at Butcher Bay. Period. Full stop. Let's get him processed.
Yes, sir.
Johns, better luck next time.
So yes, we begin with the classic
Prisoner
walk-in
walk-in.
tutorial. Or rather,
Alright, pay attention,
intro sequence.
punk. You are now Butcher Bay prisoner 5421135-2. Remember your number.
I
Remember
don't
the
remember my
rules.
number.
My rules. Now listen, there's no outside at Butcher's. Just a whole planet of desert. So check those desires right now, because you will not get out. No one has, no one ever will.
Considering the name of the game, not the most sensible thing. Yeah, Starbreeze, as I think I may have already mentioned, a lot of Starbreeze went on to form Machine Games, which are the people who made the modern
Okay. Close the gate.
Wolfenstein game. This is
No
actually quite
physical
telling in places
contact
here.
with other inmates whatsoever. No contraband of any kind. Don't ask
I like
what's
those guys.
contraband. I define it day by day.
Incidentally,
Prepare
welcome
yourself
to the
carry
American
nothing
private
but written
prison
on
system.
bodies.
So of course these guys are full helmets. They're the serious guys. These guys, by contrast, are mooks. They'll die in quite considerable numbers once you get a shiv and the element of surprise.
Hey, Abbott, when you drop that fish into his new tank, it's about to kill us.
Don't worry, I got bust by the balls. You get your share, Cyrus. There are 2 cell blocks in this section, A and B. You're in A.
Hey, what are you bringing to us?
Name's Riddick. Thinks his shit don't stink.
The Riddick?
Get the fuck back to your cell, Jack.
It's nice to be known.
Riddick, I'm Barber. Come talk to me after delousing, okay?
This is your home. It's time for us to delouse your filthy ass. Don't breathe.
And that's the beginning of the intro sequence. I'll resume later on. Kind of forgotten how much fun this was.
Cleansing routines.
And now we move into almost a hub-like RPG system.
Let some mercs think they're in charge. That's their weakness. The foolish belief that they're in control. It'll be their downfall.
So yes, we found 2 of the items. We have a map of the current prison area. We've found 5 credits, possibly in the dream. Perhaps we were dreaming of finding it. Likewise, it's not entirely clear how Riddick knew exactly what the front of Butcher Bay looked like. But, well, let's not judge it there. And yes, we have quest-like missions, because this is an RPG in many ways. And with that said, I'll leave you off here before we go and begin the game proper outside of a tutorial. With that, I'm signing off.